Hey guys, what's up? So today we are going to learn a very important topic called array. So first let us understand what is array and why do we need it. For example, there is a class. In a class suppose there are 100 students. And your aim is to store the marks of each and every student. So what we will do, we will create 100 variables. For example, int marks of first student, similarly marks of second student, and so on till marks of 100 student. Okay, so you will create 100 variables to store marks of 100 students. But if we are having, let's say, suppose 1000 student, you will have to create 1000 variables to store marks of each and every student. So is this approach good? No, this is very inefficient. Okay, so when we have made the variable, then also when you will fill data, you will have to write marks 1 equals 90, marks 2 equals 95, and so on. So this approach is very inefficient. Okay, so what we can do is we can use an array. So what is an array? So normally when we write int a, what will happen? We will get 4 bytes of memory space. We will get one box and this box is of 4 bytes. But when you will write int a 16, so what will happen? You will get 16 boxes. You will get 16 boxes, each of size 4 bytes. 16 boxes, each of size 4 bytes. And the numbering in the array does not start from 1. It will start from 0. So 0, then 1, then 2, 14 and 15. Okay, numbering in array starts from 0. That's why the last number will be 15. So if I am making a variable of size, if I am making an array of size n, so starting will always be 0. In array, counting always starts from 0. Index always starts from 0. So this will be 0. And the last position will be n minus 1. Okay. Now once you get an array, what we can do is, for example, you want to store, so a of 1 equals 2. So what will happen? I will go to first position and I will write 2 here. You want to write a of 5 equals 7. So what will happen? You will go to fifth position. Suppose it is 5 and you will write 7 here. So this array can solve our problem. How? What we will do? We will write int marks of 100 students. We will make an array of size 100. So what will happen? This will be my array. Last will be 99 and starting will be 0. Okay. So in just one step, I have created 100 variables. And I can easily use them. For example, marks of first student is 90. So I will write 90 here. Marks of 100th student, 100 doesn't exist. Marks of 100th student, so the 100th student will be 99th. Okay, because numbering starts from 0. So marks of 100 students is, let's say, 100. So I will write 100 here. Okay, so with the help of array, we can create many variables at the same time. And what will happen? This allocation will be contiguous. Okay, you will get boxes in a contiguous way. You will not get boxes like one box here, one box here, one box here, one box here, and these are not connected. Okay, so this will not happen. This will happen. You will get memory contiguously. Okay. One more thing. If you have made, for example, let's say int array of size 10. So you have made an array of size 10, start first index 0, last index 9. Okay. So you have made integer array. You can write integer here. Okay. You cannot write character here or float here. Why? Because you have made array of integers. Similarly, we can also make character array char a, let's say 10. So what will happen? I will get 10 boxes 0 and 9, and each of size 1 byte, because one character is of 1 byte, and in one box I will store one character. Okay, I cannot store float or int here. That is wrong, because we have made array of characters. Okay, so let's see how we can initialize our array. So first let us make array. Let's name this file as arrayintro.cpp. So when we write this int a, what will happen? I will get 4 bytes of memory space. But when we write int a of size, let's say 10, what will happen? I will get 10 boxes in a contiguous way, in a contiguous manner, each of size 4 bytes. Each box will contain one integer. Now let us fill some value. For example, a of 0 equals 2. A of, let's say 4 equals 5, and let us print those values also. So cout a of 0. Similarly, let us print a of 4 also. Cout a of 4. Okay, so let us run our program. So output should be a of 0 value is 2, a of 4 value is 5. So my output should be 2 and 5. So output is 2 and 5. Now let's see how we can initialize our array. Suppose I make an array of size, let's say 4. I will write like this: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is the way of initializing the array. And for printing the value, what I will do, I will write cout a of 0, cout a of 1, cout a of 2 and cout a of 3. Okay, end line. Why from 0 to 3? Because I told you that numbering in array will always start from 0. Hence, if you have made an array of size 4, so last will be 3. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. Remove it. Okay, so this is my array. This is my array. Int a of 4 will create this, and I am storing 1, then 2, then 3 and then 4. And then I am printing a of 0, 1, a of 1, 2, a of 2, 3 and a of 3 is 4. So let's print it out. Now let us comment all this. So I have to make an array of size 4 and the values are 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are my values and I will print array. So for printing the array, what we will do, I will print all the values. So cout a of 0, cout a of 1, similarly cout a of 2 and a of 3. So in this way we can print our array. So what we are doing, we will go to every position and we will print the value stored in that position. Simple. I am giving spaces between each and every value. So this is all that we have to do for initializing the array. So this is called initialization. We have initialized the values of array. So this is initialization, and here we are printing the values of the array. So printing values. So you can see my output is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, correct. Now suppose if I make an array of size 10, but I am only giving 4 values. So what I am trying to say, in the previous case I made an array of size 4 and I give values 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what I am trying to do, I am making an array of size 10 and I am giving only 4 values. I am giving 4 values. So what will happen? So when you will print all the values, what will happen? So we will print starting from A0 till A9. So what happen is, when we initialize array, rest of the position becomes 0. Okay, so just one second. First let us optimize this. So this way of printing is very bad. Okay, so suppose if you have an array of size, let's say 1000, will you write like this, cout A0, A1, 2, 3, 4? No, this is very inefficient. So what you can do here is, suppose the array size of 4, we will use a loop. So so the first position is 0, so int I equals 0, and the last position is n minus 1. So from I equals 0 till I is less than n, I plus plus, what I have to do, I have to print the values of array. So cout a of I. So this is much better way of printing the values of array. Okay, so let's test it for this also. For int I equals 0, I less than n, I is less than, okay, so n is, we have not used n, we have used 4. The size of the array is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is getting printed. So what I am doing here is, what is the meaning of this line? Make 4 boxes. This is 0, 1, 2 and 3, and the values are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what this for loop is doing, it starts from 0. So start from 0 till I is less than 4, that is till I is less than or equals to 3, print values, cout a of I. So it will cout a of 0, then cout a of 1, then cout a of 2 and then cout a of 3. Okay, so this is much better way of printing the values of the array. Now what I was trying to do is, what if I make an array of size 10? So I told you, if we initialize the array, rest of the position becomes 0. So what is the meaning of this? So the meaning is very clear. What will happen? The first 4 position, 0, 1, 2 and 3, to which I have given value, it will become 1, 2, 3 and 4, and rest all the position will become 0. So 0, 0, 0. So this is 0, 0, 0, 4th position, 5th position, 6th position, and similarly the last position for array of size 10 is 9. So here it will also be 0. So when you initialize the array, rest of the position will become 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will be there, and rest all position will become 0. So let us test it. So we have made an array of size 10, and the values, I have only given 4 values. Now let us print the array. So from I equals 0, I less than 10, I plus plus cout a of I. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, these values we have given, rest all the 6 values have become 0. Okay. So for example, if I have given only one value, I am giving only one value, 1. So what will happen? 1 will get printed, rest all position will be 0. Let's see. You can see here, rest all position of the array becomes 0 when we initialize the array. Similarly, if you initialize the array with 0, then also it will happen. So first value we have made 0, rest all value will become 0. So you can see 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this 0 is made by us, and this rest 9 zeros are made by the property of the array. Okay. Now let's see some more things. So I am commenting it out. So what will happen? For example, I have made an array, let's say of size 10. And now I am printing the array. So for, let us print this array. For int I equals 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, cout a of I. So what will be my output? Any guesses? Any idea what will be my output? So let's see. So 10 values are getting printed, and all these 10 values are garbage values. Okay. So just like, so when we used to write int a, and then if we try to print a, so what will be printed? A garbage value will be printed. Same happens with this also. So you have made an array of size 10. So this is 0 and this is 9. So what will happen? All these boxes will contain a garbage value. All boxes will contain a garbage value, and the garbage values are getting printed. Okay. Okay, so let us do one more thing. So here, so instead of printing the garbage value, first of all let us fill the array with values. So suppose, so what we will do, first we will fill the value of array. So a of I equals, let's say, I multiplied by I. So I am filling the array and then I am printing the value. So this is correct. So what will be my output? Let's see. So I am going from position number 0 till position number 9. So this is position number 0, this is position number 9, and I is iterating from 0 to 9. So what I am doing, a of I equals I multiplied by I. When I equals 0, initially the I equals 0. So a of 0 equals 0 multiplied by 0. So I will store 0 here. A of 1 equals 1 multiplied by 1. So I will store 1 here. A of 2 equals 2 multiplied by 2. So I will store 4 here. A of 3 equals 3 multiplied by 3. So I will store 9 here. Similarly, a of 8 equals 8 multiplied by 8, 64. So at the 8th position I will store 64, and similarly at the 9th position I will store 81. So my output will be this: 0, then 1, then 4, then 9 till 81. So let's see. So let us run our program. Okay, so you can see 0, then 1, then 4, 9 till 81. So why I am not getting garbage values? Because first we have filled those boxes, so will not get garbage values. Okay. Now one more thing, can we write like this? Int a. Can we make array like this? Okay, can we make array like this? So let us run our programs to see whether this is correct or not. So this is not correct. Okay, so that means when you want to create array, you have to give the size of the array. For example, you want to create the array of size 16, that is 16 boxes. So you have to give size. You cannot write int a. So this is wrong. You have to give size. Size Okay, so it is mandatory to give how many number of boxes you want. Now let's see one last thing. Cout end line. So suppose I have an variable b. So when I cout, when we try and print the size of, size of b, so what will be my output? My output will be that variable b is of 4 bytes. So my output will be 4. So my output is coming out to be 4. Now let us do the same thing with the array. Let us try to print size of the array. So for example, I have an array of size 10, and what I am doing, I am only giving 3 values. So 1, 2 and 3. So what will be my output if I try to print the size of array A? So we have already made array A, so let's make it D. And similarly, let's make it D. So what will be my output? So there are two options, there are two possibilities that could have happened here. And what are those possibilities? So size of D. So the first possibility is my output is 12 bytes. Second possibility is my output is 40 bytes. Why 12? Because we have given only 3 values. And each value is an integer, that is 4 bytes. So 4 multiplied by 3, you will get 12. Second possibility is 40 bytes. Why 40 bytes? Because we have written int d 10. So this means create 10 boxes. Create 10 boxes, and each box is an integer. So each box is containing 4 bytes of memory space, and there are 10 such boxes. So 4 into 10 is 40. So let's see what will be my output, 40 or 12. Okay. So my output is coming out to be 40. And it was obvious also. You have made 10 boxes, each box is an integer, hence each box is of size 4 bytes, and there are 10 such boxes. So size of array D will be 40. Okay guys, so this is it for this video. Thank you.